Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When the scriptures are studied for academics, we become erudite scholars. And erudite scholars are those who are far away from the reality. Shabdajalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. They are lost only in the words. About this I'll tell you an example and then we'll understand what exactly I mean. In US, in somebody's house, I was asked to come for lunch. And when I reached, there is a good group of about 20-30 people. And they say, Swamiji, he's so and so, he's so and so, few introductions. And there was one gentleman from India, and he was teaching Gita there for last 1 year. I said, then let me hear from him. I've been talking. No, you take, he is talking every day, you at least come once in a year. Then he said, please talk on second chapter of Gita. So being a guest, I had to honor. So, okay. We finished. After that, question answer. I said, I don't entertain question answers. No, at least one question. So my host told, Raji, please. I said, okay, one question. Question was, how many verses are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun and Bhagwan Krishna? Bhagavad Gita. So I invoke my Guru. You know who is my Guru? All the NRI children, they are my Guru. So, I don't know. Hey friends. No, you must be knowing. I said, okay, I'll tell you. One verse attributed to Dhritarashtra. And 0 verses are attributed to Bhagwan Sri Krishna. He nearly jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. How can you say like that? I said, yes. I say with authority. No, it cannot be. I said, show me which Bhagavad Gita you are referring. And when he said this, I said, show where it is written. Bhagwan Sri Krishna Vacha. Bhagwan could be anybody. Bhagwan is not a proper noun. It's an adjective. Where we get lost. And such a person is unable to drop the mind. And they keep on struggling with the mind in meditation. Like we are in waking and then we conduct the things. For example, this is just example. You are awake. And then you will listen, is it not? Similarly, we are in dream and then we do all funny things in the dream. We are in the deep sleep and then we snore. Try to snore when you are awake. You cannot. So we have to be in that state and then conduct yourself exactly the same way. We have to be in meditation and then conduct yourself. That is what is called Jivan Mukti. But we are struggling to do meditation. And what do you want to achieve in life? What we don't have. Simply mechanical chanting, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate. Keeping this in view, In Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakraji is the Guru and Janak Maharaj is the disciple. In Tripura Rahasya, Janak Maharaj is the Guru, Ashtavakra is the disciple. Now what is the truth? Academics, what is the truth? You are the truth. See friends, therefore never get lost in academics. That is what I told you last night, moral of the story. Otherwise, we will get lost only in these words. So in the 17th chapter, we have seen how Ashtavakraji was told by Janak Maharaj, and Janakena eva adishtaha tu Ashtavakro Mahamunihim Pujidha tu Abhyanudnyataha Gatva Swasthana Madarar Vichara Anudhyanat Purvam Vijnaya Paramam Padam Viduya Sarva Sandehan Jivan Mukto Abhaved Dhrutam. So the story, by God's grace, you have forgotten. It was told that Ashtavakraji was instructed by Janak Maharaj, and having heard, all his wrong notions were destroyed. How? Vicharat, by proper inquiry. Friends, spiritual attainment means going beyond all the wrong notions that we are carrying on our head. There are only 4 wrong notions, 4, 5. About ourselves, wrong notions about the world, wrong notion about God, wrong notion about spiritual practice. The moment you remove these wrong notions, you are that. Therefore, Ashtavakraji had those wrong notions removed and he attained the Absolute. After this was over, then we have to start now the 18th chapter. Bhargavaiva hi sa samvidya vandhya nirupita upalabdhi dasha tasya bahuda sanshruta nanu avitpatyana jananti jana maya vimohitaha sa dasha bhavyate sukshma drushaiva nanyata kvajit kim bahuktena te rama shrunu saram bravimyaham manasa vedyate vedyam manasonnato vedyata तथा च वेद्य निर्मुक्तम मनो अपि अस्तीति संभवेत तन मनो वेद्य निर्मुक्त वित्तिरित्यमिधीयते उपलब्धि स्वरूपत्वात् विदित्वैवचहि सर्वदा अन्य उपलब्ध अपेक्षायां मान्यम स्याद अनवस्थिते. And this is what we have been telling you different ways. It is said here that hey Bhargav, hey Parashuramji, I have already told you that Samvid Vandhya Nirupita, objectless awareness was revealed to you. Objectless awareness means we have dissolved the ice in the waters. Mind and consciousness are one and the same. Like the man and husband are one and the same. So what the husband has to do to free himself from the miseries of life, he has to drop that conditioning because of which he has become a husband. Drop the wife. How to drop the wife? By divorce? No need. Then don't take her seriously. Where is the wife? See, these are such simple things. Everything is in our mind only, nowhere. Like we see 2 persons sitting next to each other. Earlier they were husband and wife, now they are separated. They are same persons sitting in the same place, but now no more miserable. So where their wife or husband has gone? Then how to live? Karnatak. The only solution to all the problems of life. Like you are listening Vedanta, listen the wife. There can't be simpler spiritual practice. But we don't like simple, we want complicated, I want to realize. Therefore, then they would do meditation. And then something should be seen. The light came, first blue light came, then green came, then yellow came. What it is. Objectivity is samsara. Freedom from objectivity is Paramatma. So, Samvit Vedyavandhya. Vedyavandhya means objectless awareness. Now, Upalabdhi Dasha Tasya Bahuda Sanshruta Nano. And this is available and told to us many ways. Like what? Avutpatyana Jananti Jana Maya Vimohitaha. But those who are dull-witted, Avutpatya means they are not able to catch it in a fraction of a second. Because they are trying to understand. Don't try to understand anything. Stand under it. Avitpatyana jananti jana maya vimohitaha. Because they are under the influence of Maya. Now what is Maya? Again, hold on to this. Maya means a measured experience is taken as real. Like yesterday's example, the reflection in the mirror. Reflection in the mirror cannot happen without the mirror present in front of our face. And if we take the reflection as real, samsara has begun. So like there is a reflection in the mirror, in the same manner, when man is reflected in a wife, that man, wife and the reflection together constitutes husband. Now what can you do to the reflection? If the mirror is corrugated, because the example I gave you, wife, and accordingly the reflection will be there, is it not? But even if the reflection is looking corrugated, is it? No, it doesn't exist. It only appears. See? Therefore, Maya vimohitaha. We take life unnecessarily serious. And then, sadasha bhavete sukshma drushaiva nanyata kvachit. But this can be understood, experienced, appreciated only by the sukshma drushaiva, the one who has got a subtle perception, the one who is able to appreciate beyond obvious. See? Now about this I'll tell you one example. Maya vimohitaha and sukshma drushaiva. One of my friend asked me evening, 8-9 o'clock in Delhi. He is a police by profession, very intelligent, very nice, very dedicated to scriptural study, etc. He came maybe about 8-9 o'clock and asked this question. Swamiji, I am unable to come this time, too many things happening and I am just on duty. I just came just to take your darshan. Give me something which will keep me busy for 1 year. So I told him, switch off the lights. So what are you seeing? Nothing. Darkness. I said, why are you telling lies? No, Swamiji. I said, eyes cannot see darkness. Eyes can see only colors and forms in light. And you're telling I am seeing darkness. Are you not telling lies? Okay, Swami, I'm telling lies. Maya vimohita. All our knowledges are in the form of asti nasti. Is not. Is not. Because there is no light, we call it as darkness. But is darkness an object? As we can measure the intensity of light, can we measure the intensity of darkness? Put a meter, darkness meter. Oh, 398 million years. Where will you see that darkness? In the light? Think. Then I said, now switch on. He switched on. Now what can you see? He started counting the things in the room. I am seeing your shoes, your books, your laptop, your chair, you, everything. I said, go ahead. Why did you stop? He continued. I said, go ahead. He said, no, that's all. What more? I said, are you not seeing the light? Yes. I said, then why did you tell? Then, still more? No, there is nothing more. Are you not seeing the electricity? Without electricity, can there be light? Without light, can there be the object seen? Without the object being seen, can the eyes be known as functional or not? Without the mind behind the eyes, can the eyes function? Does the mind have independent existence? When all of them are dropped, as in deep sleep, that time also mind exists. That time for the mind, the object is absence. But the mind is still there. This mind, where objectivity is completely dropped, and therefore we say in deep sleep there is nothing. So this mind itself is pure samvit consciousness if the mind is able to drop all the contents, empty yourself. Vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedya. Therefore, tathacha vedya nirmuktam manaha api asti iti sambhavet. So even in the deep sleep, vedya nirmuktam, all objectivity is completely dropped, yet the mind is tanmanaha, that mind, vedya nirmuktam vitti iti abhidhiyate. That mind wherefrom all the objects are removed, that objectless awareness is Paramatma, consciousness vitti. Now where do you want to go? Himalayas. And what will you do? Start a shop there. Sadhu Pan Bidi shop. What will you do there? If the truth is not discovered now and here, it can never be discovered then and there. If you observe those people who are engaged in yoga, in Kundalini, in all kinds of upasana, the first and the last obstacle in one's life is objectivity. They are unable to drop it. And mind can achieve anything in life, anything you say. When our mind can project the dreams, the mind can equally project. Then I am sitting and I saw the light, bright light came, everything was engulfed in the light. Insist on this particular type of experience, after some time you start seeing the light. And this all begins only because of the following illusions. One illusion. Paramatma or the reality is to be objectively experienced. Second thing. Then we are inside the body and we are seeing Paramatma outside. This concept of in and out is an illusion. Therefore, the first step we have been again and again insisting is only get rid of the notion of body identification. Only you go on playing. Whole day you can play this. Because when I take myself to be body, then alone this world becomes real. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna brings this point so subtly, but we are unable to catch it. Like he describes in the 15th chapter, Urdhvamulamadasyakam ashvattam prahuravyam chandamsi yasya varnani yastam veda savedavid. Now you read the commentaries of the Mahatmas and see what is said. They go on describing this world so elaborately. And the students start taking this world as real. Because it is so beautifully described. Chandamsi yasya parnani. For this tree of the world, the scriptural leaves, scriptural books are the leaves. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Yaha tam veda savedavid. He who knows that it is above the world. Urdhva moolam. So the world is doing Shirshasana. Legs are above and the head is down. This is objective understanding. Make it subjective. Urdhva moolam, the mouth is above. Adashakam, all the branches are below. After that, in the third verse, Bhagavan says, Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. Don't try to see this world like this anywhere. Na rupam tasya iha. Iha means vichara kale. When you inquire, you will not see this world anywhere. Nanto na chadi nada sampradishta. There is neither beginning nor middle nor end. Where is this world? So this non-existing world is giving us trouble. In the deep sleep, where is our body? This morning, Paramananda Maharaj has to come and shake me out of the sleep. Because when I saw my watch, your first time, I said, oh, it's a lot of time here. 3 o'clock, what will I do? Let me sleep. Again, switch on. Where was the world? Na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate. Na nanto na chadi na sampradishta. Now this world, see subtle points, not only gross thing. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. With the instrument of detachment. Because you are attached. Another bluff. Nobody is attached to nothing. Attachment is an illusion. And this illusion we want to remove. Illusion cannot be destroyed. Illusion will continue to appear like the blueness of the sky. Even after you know it is an illusion, you will be seeing it. Because you are still conditioned by the conditioning of your eyes. In the same manner, till such time we are identified with our body, till then we will continue to see this world. Because the Ashwatha Vriksha, the tree of the world, is not somewhere out anywhere, but it is our own body identification. And if this is, we are convinced of this, will we ever bother that I have seen the light and I have seen the darkness and I have seen Krishna coming and going? See friends, nothing can come in the space, nothing can go out of the space. Because for the space there is nothing like in and out. Both are inside the space and both are out of the space. Therefore, here the teacher says, Upalabdhi Sarupatvad Vidita Eva Isa Sada. Therefore, this pure Chinmay Tattva is always available. Kinchit Bhavam Hi Sampannam Bhasi Kimu Bhargava Na Bhasi Chen Tomasi Tata Prashnasute Katham. He says, when you are seeing the object, like you are hearing me. Just example. You are hearing me. That moment when you are hearing me, are you aware of your body? No. So when you are aware of your body, you are. So when you are seeing me, why don't you become me? Whatever is included in the mind, that alone exists for us, is it not? So this body exists for us because we have included this body in mind. So when you are seeing me, your mind is also including me. So why don't you become me? And that time you are not aware of your body. Because mind can entertain only one thing at a time. So when your mind is not including your own body, yet you continue to exist. See how step by step the teacher is taking. One by one we have to drop all these things. Therefore, if you are asking me the question, talking to me, you are not aware of your body, then you don't exist. That which is not included in the mind doesn't exist for us. Like the dream body, the dream world, now it is not included, it doesn't exist for us. Therefore, if you don't exist, then how do you ask me a question? Aho swayam kha pushpatma san katham tamishyasi. You are like the sky flower, that means an illusory appearance. Then how can you ask me, katham tvam atmanam aham sadhayami vibhavaya? And how can you come to ask, how will I realize myself? Remove this notion that we have to realize. No. Realization, only words. See the symptoms. From the symptoms, we come to the disease. When we go to the doctor, we don't tell the doctor the disease, unless you are Indian. Indians go and tell the doctor, Doctor साहब injection लगा दो यार, बहुत दिनों से नहीं लिया. No, we don't. We tell the symptoms. These are the symptoms. From the symptoms, we arrive at the disease. Similarly, what are the symptoms of anything experience you take? What are the symptoms of this body identification? Symptoms of body identification are one or two, and I'll tell you, rest homework. I separate myself from you. I am body is not the problem. This body I am, that lady's body I am not. Problems begin. In deep sleep, when these two fellows sleep together and when they are totally disidentified, then my feet are on somebody's face, no objection. Somebody's hands are in my pocket, no objection. See? Because there is no body identification. So this world doesn't exist. That which doesn't exist, we don't desire. And whatever exists must be included in the knowledge. The first step is, first janati, we know. Then ichchati, then we desire. Then we karoti, we do efforts to get it. What are the symptoms of body identification? These are the symptoms. See, this is very simple things, friends. They are not difficult. So how do we know whether we are walking spiritual path and progressing in the right direction? These things will start happening. World will not be an issue for us. Number two, we don't have to achieve in this world anything in our life. Number three, truth cannot be realized because you are that. But till such time we take ourselves to be the body, then The moment we take I am body, then I am limited. And to remove that limitation, I want to add something. And then the mind starts playing tricks. That object is not with me, therefore I am incomplete. That object is the source of happiness, fulfillment, and we struggle. These are the tricks of the mind. And therefore, here, aho swayam khapushpatma san katham tamishyasi tava tavatmaham sadhayami vibhavaya. And therefore, how can you desire yourself? And how can I prove that you are? Nobody can prove. Even if the gold medalist or the Nobel Prize winner person comes, a great doctor, and tells you, you don't exist, will we accept? No, he is such an educated person, such a wise, must be right, yeah. Maybe I am not there. We don't. Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti is Paramatma. That experience which does not involve any means of knowledge. Knowledge without the knower. And therefore, in realization, there cannot be any arrogance of having realized. But there is no knower there. There is no realized person. Realization without the crystallization of a personality. Therefore, samanyena vibhantam mam na janami visheshataha iti ched rama samanyameva te rupam avyayam. And then he was told, Bhagavan Dattatreya is telling to Bhargava, this Pashuramji, if you say, samanyena vibhantam mam na janami visheshataha, no, that way I know myself generally, not specific, or visheshataha. Then that is what you are. Then if you remember one word I use again and again, we don't have to be extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Are we carrying less burden of the extra on our head? I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am husband, I am wife, I am rich, I am poor, I am educated, uneducated, I am Australian, I am Indian, I am spiritual. One more. See, friends, this is only because we are lost in Prakriti. You will see all those people who are lost in this, like you can take those who are karma kandis or anybody engaged in karma, those who are in upasana, those who are in kundalini, those who are in yoga. They are struggling only because they are wanting the Prakriti to be quietened. Prakriti is that where Vikriti is bound to be. It's only through wisdom we can remain in the Prakriti and yet transcend the limitations of the Prakriti. And that effortlessness is to such an extent like the space effortlessly supports the four elements. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakaha na chainam kledayantya pahana shoshayati marutaha. The four elements are supported by the space without getting influenced by any one of them. What effort the space has to do to support a triangular object? Or don't do yaar, scratching. No. The basic rules, if you remember, you will see life is so simple. Rule is, illuminator is not influenced by illumined. like this light in this hall, is illuminating all of us. Whether it is a disco or a discourse, or there is nothing to illuminate, light has nothing to do. Similarly, eyes, they illuminate all the colors and forms. They are not influenced by any color and form. Ears illuminate all the sounds, not influenced by any one of them. Mind illuminates Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, not influenced by anything. Think. And as only by practice we have mistaken ourselves to be the body, it is only by the contrary practice we can drop this wrong notion. Then how do we know we are dropping this wrong notion to some extent? Then the worldly things and beings will stop bothering us. These two things bother us in two ways. Success leading to arrogance, failure leading to guilt. The mind is free from arrogance and guilt. Therefore, here, Vishesha Samanyena Vibhantam Mam Na Janami Visheshataha. If one says, I know, yes, generally I am, but I am realized, I am divine, I am Brahman. How this way I don't know. You don't have to know that, because the truth is not extra, it is ordinary. Normally where our attention goes, there are so many people sitting in this room. We never think about that the multiplicity of objects is possible because of the space. If space is not there, nothing can be seen. Only by understanding, only by inquiry, not by anything else. See? So if you start working on this line, whether you are conducting yourself in the life or you are sitting in your seat, don't struggle. Chitta vritti nirodha, don't get lost into that. Don't be afraid of thoughts. Let the thoughts come and go, who cares? As you listen to Vedanta, listen to the world. Nothing will disturb you. See? So, what it is like being space? Now see, you are not struggling for Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Only playing. But those who are not playing and those who take what it is like being space, they go to sleep. Because the mind is free. Empty mind, where emptiness has become object, sleep begins. And one day this thought will come to you. One day it came to me also. Where from this gross space has come? Then by God's grace you will come to know this gross space has come from the mind space. Now continue playing. As the gross space is not contaminated, influenced by the gross contents, Similarly, the mind space is not contaminated or influenced by the thought contents. So earlier our attention was on the contents of the gross space, world was real. We took one step, we came to the gross space. Then, although there are contents, undisturbed. In that undisturbed mind, then we come to the next step, where from the gross space has come to from the mind space. Now, what are the contents of the mind space? The thoughts. So, like the gross space untouched by the gross contents, mind space is untouched by the thought contents. You are not doing chitta vritti nirodha. In chitta vritti nirodha, there will be struggle. For the ocean to know that it's ocean, he doesn't have to iron out all the waves. When this is achieved through struggle and control of Prakriti, Siddhis start appearing in your life. You become Siddha Purush. And the Siddhis are the obstacles. Then the next step comes. Where from the mind space has come. Then we come to know that the mind space has come from the conscious space, the Chidakash. Be attentive. In mind space, there is emptiness. In gross space, there is emptiness. In Chidakash, in conscious space, there is no emptiness. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Then what is the conscious space? It is the solid space. Solid because other than it, there is nothing in it. And space, emptiness, because everything is contained in it. Like gold is the solid space for all the ornaments. In the gold, other than gold, there is nothing. Then where are all the ornaments? They are inside the gold. Be attentive. When gold becomes Vishesha, extraordinary, the gold is superimposed with names and forms and utility. Ornaments are born. When we remove the speciality of name and form and the utility, let the ornaments remain. Gold is untouched. This samanya, this common, non-specific, attributeless, and the most important, advitiya, non-dual. And this non-duality is mentioned by the word solid space. If there is emptiness, there will be duality. There will be dvandva, dualism. But in the solid, there is no other. So there is neither dvandva nor dvaita. Ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana. whenever we want a spatial status, we are far away from the reality. The space is non-spatial. So, samanyena vibhantam mam na janami visheshataha. I know myself commonly, yes I am, but I don't know myself that I am realized. I am Jivan Mukta. You cannot know. Like eyes can see everything. Yes, I can understand eyes can see everything. But why can't I see my eyes? Am I blind? Of course you are blind. Because you can't see. Therefore, this samanya jnanam, non-specific, iti ched rama samanyameva te rupam avyayam. Therefore, hey Parashuramji, the samanya, the non-specific, common denominator thou art. In the 15th chapter, Bhagavan says these words, we must digest them, not only mechanical chanting. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Water says, I am the heart of everything. All the rivers, all the icebergs, all the oceans, all the waves, all the clouds. Because of me only all they exist. But I am not in them. When the waves break, water is not broken. When the clouds are in the sky up, flying, water doesn't fly. When the clouds burst and fall down, the water don't get hurt. When the water is as ocean, it doesn't become a cause. When waves, it doesn't become an effect. When the water is beyond cause and effect. But what happens? When we function through the sense organs, mind and intellect, following things happen. When we function through sense organs, we want to experience attributes, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasagandha. And therefore the question, how Bhagavan looks like? So Krishna Rama is given bluish color and we paint it beautiful blue. See, the infinite is always blue. When you look at the sky, it looks blue because it's infinite. Even if you want, you cannot think hereafter. Thought-free mind is consciousness. Chittam chitcha vijaniya takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha japaragam yathamano. Chitta, the mind is consciousness. When takara rahitam, when the ta is removed. What is ta? Takaro vishayadhyasaha. It is an illusion of objectivity. See. Where are the colors and forms? They are in the vision. For a blind person, there are no colors, no forms. So where are they? All colors and forms are in the vision. Where is the vision? Vision is in the mind. Where is the mind? Mind is in consciousness. There is no question, where is consciousness? So everything is in consciousness. And if there is no otherness real, you cannot have any desire. Desires happen only if there is a sense of otherness. Therefore, these two principles, if you can hold on to them, first principle, taking the world to be an illusion, and second, the world to be none other than you. So when we take the world to be the illusion, we don't try to improve the world, we don't suffer, we enjoy. And when we take this world to be none other than the consciousness, we will never desire. We cannot desire ourselves. Desire is always about others. See, you come to a cul-de-sac, you can't think beyond. Acha hoga beti. Anesthesia. This happiness that you are experiencing is Paramatma. Samanya Jnanam. This moment you are happy not because you are man, woman, not because you are rich, poor, not because of any cause, you are just happy. And it is not happiness which is you got from outside. But it's like, those cards you get, you have to scratch them. And when you peel it off, then you get a message. As usual, you get nothing. But here, you got everything. I have only scratched you. That's it. And when you are happy, you cannot be serious. Why are you serious? I am happy. Don't disturb. A happy person can never be disturbed. Therefore, those who do meditation, they get disturbed. They are suffering already. And in addition to that, you disturb. While you disturb, That is why those who do meditation, I am always having fun. Don't suffer. So, Vishesha Alesharaitam etavad evate vapuho aho janannapi punararam muyasi vaivritha. Therefore, here very clearly it is said, where there is no anything specific in you, you are just common. Whenever we get insulted, we have become somebody. Don't become anybody. You cannot never be insulted. One beautiful story I read, two persons, one Mahatma and his disciple. They were walking on the Ganges banks and evening time came and disciple being disciple is always more tired than the old guru. So he said, Maharaj should be halt here, it is already evening, late night and okay. But then where will sleep? So Maharaj says, see, there is one place there, see, something like constructed above the bamboos and all that. Go and stay there, nobody is there. He goes there, stays. And at night, the owner of that place comes with a lantern in his hand. Who is here? He says, don't you see Mahatma? And he gets kicks. Sufficient. And next day again, so the disciple says, Maharaji, today you go and take rest there. I don't want. Last night I had taken. Maharaji goes. Next day morning when he comes down, how was that? Oh, it was very nice. That man was so good. He gave me fruits, he gave me milk, he did my pada seva. How come? He gave me kicks and how come he gave? You must have become somebody. What happened? Tell me. So the disciple tells, when he came, he asked me, who are you? He said, I told him, I am a Mahatma. He said, that is why he kicked you. You became Mahatma. Then, when he asked me, I didn't talk. I was only sitting, chanting the Lord's name in my mind. I didn't become anybody. Simply looked at me, did immediately Namaskar. Maharajji, क्या भाग्य है आप आ गए. कल एक चोर आया था. You become somebody and you have to suffer in life. देखो, the day you learn these simple basics of spiritual life, most of the places we are caught up in this. Don't become extraordinary, remain ordinary. Such extraordinary people bring calamities to the world, extraordinary calamities. Therefore, samanya jnanam. So, bhasakam sarvamami cha vishesha vishayam bhaved, ataha samanya rupasva vivasi swateva hi. Therefore, bhasakam sarvamami cha vishesha vishayam bhaved. Like be attentive. Now, the second point which I want to tell you is, all that is reflected in the mirror, reflection doesn't influence the mirror. If the reflection is that of the fire, the reflection of the fire doesn't burn the mirror. If the reflection is that of the waters, it doesn't wet the mirror, because it is an illusion. So first principle is what? Illusion cannot touch where illusion is appearing. Where is this world appearing? In the mind. How can the mind be influenced by the illusions? How clear it is. Work on this. Like I see the ochre color, I see the black color, I see the blue color, I see the red color. Are my eyes influenced by any color? And how we see the things? Only as reflections. You have not entered in me, thank God. See? It's a simple rule. Nothing can disturb us. That is what I told you. This attachment is an illusion. Nobody is attached to anything in this world. It is not possible also. Like the mirror is not attached to the reflections. In the same manner, when we take this world as an illusion, appearance, we will not struggle. Relax. As much the mirror is relaxed to the reflections. Now the second step. The same surface of the mirror becomes the fire, becomes the water, becomes the space, becomes the human beings, becomes the animals, becomes the mountains, becomes the movement, becomes the stagnation, everything. The same mirror has become. The thickness of the mirror is hardly 0.1 mm. And if object is 10 feet away, you see the 10 feet depth. Where is the 10 feet depth? It appears. So the mirror itself is both. Whatever is seen in the mirror is an illusion, and whatever is seen in the mirror is nothing other than the mirror. Exactly the same way. Whatever is perceived by us through the means of knowledge is an illusion, and whatever is perceived by us is nothing but us. In both the condition, result will be same. Illusions we don't want to improve, illusions we don't desire. In the same manner, what is recognized as I, you never desire. What is the bottom line? Bottom line will be, you will be happy and desire free. What is there to expect anything from anybody? This thumb rule you remember. Whenever you get disturbed, only one reason is you are giving a status of reality to that source. If you are disturbed because of your husband, then you are given the status of reality to the husband. Then take him lightly. Don't expect wise husbands in life. Husbands can never be wise. Wise people never become husbands. So, when you know you are living with a fool, accept it. ऐसे ही है. All the wives are happy. But why doesn't he understand? Arey Baba, if he understands, why will he marry you? See, friends, don't make spiritual life a burden. It's a fun, it's a joy. We are all the product of happiness, not misery. Let that happiness burst out of us. And it can come out only through wisdom. Be very attentive and clear. Simply chanting the mantra, the standard chanting, na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage. Bhagwan will run away. See? Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike. Only by renunciation, give up. Now, before you give up, find out what is yours. I cannot divorce somebody else's wife. See? So what is ours that we want to give up? Knowing this and living it 24/7 is Tripura Rahasya. Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti. These are the three puras, three places. Rahasi means one. So in these three, the one. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidyaha. Yes, I who is supporting all the four, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti and Samadhi. Vidya, he is worthy of knowing, not anything else. And this knowledge happens when objectivity from the knowledge is dropped. Objectless awareness. Mind cannot survive without names and forms. Names and forms is samsara. Give the mind the object called as silence, no sounds, or give the mind the object called as darkness. The mind will dissolve. Like remove the shapes from the ice dissolves. Give shape to the waters, it is ice. So, consciousness plus names and forms is mind. Mind without names and forms is consciousness. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.